Hi there. I just wanted to jump on for a second and record how I'm feeling right now. I am a Sabbath keeper, according to my religion, but also I think it is a gift that my religion gave me. Growing up, have always heard about going to church. My family attended the Catholic Church for a period in our lives, and I never really learned about the Sabbath. Like, I knew about going to church and why we should do that, and I think that was even like it's what we do. Like, you have to check this off your Christian list. But when I started spending time with God and I came to faith in my religion, Sabbath keeping is a huge part of our faith. And at first it was strange because it's like, what do you mean we don't go to the mall on Saturday or like eat out on Friday nights and all these things? And I think a lot of the emphasis on Sabbath keeping can be about what we don't do rather than what we get to do. But days like today, after weeks like this week, remind me that, man, it's such a gift. You know, God tells us that we have 6 other days for ordinary work. So on the 7th, just seize it. Just stop working. And I have not been working on the Sabbath, but I think my mind has been working, and I think I have failed to keep the Sabbath in my heart just as much as I keep it with my actions. And so I'm thankful to be observing the Sabbath today and observing it wholly and fully, and remembering that, yes, keeping the Lord's Day holy is a commandment, but the first one is to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. And I think today I have my priorities straight. So a couple things that I do when I'm doing solo Sabbath or when I am just trying to spend time with God is I love to journal, so I have that here. I spend time in the Word, and if you're someone who doesn't know how to or feels intimidated by kind of digging into the Word on your own, or just opening up the Bible itself and reading, I recommend devotionals or Bible study plans, and I'm looking forward to making a video about ways in which I kind of created a habit of being in the Word, because I think that's how I felt. I was overwhelmed by spending time in the Word. And the other thing I like to do is that I like to read Christian-based books. But yeah, Christian books are a really great way, and good Christian books quote and reference scripture. And sometimes when I don't have a specific verse or chapter on my heart, I will actually read Christian books, and then my Bible study will come out of the scripture they're referencing, because I like to look at it for myself and make sure that God is speaking to me, not through just the words of others, but through His Word, through His people, and just to get that additional God confirmation. I wave these out because I like to read the Word expectantly, expecting for God to speak to me. And I don't say that because like I think God has to tell me something every time I read His Word, but I think like a student, like I was an English major in college, so if you read with highlighter and pencil and a notebook nearby, it's because you're getting ready to take notes and annotate, and I really like talking to the text. And I feel like when you're prepared to receive something, you're more likely to receive it, or when you're prepared to take notes on something, the more likely you're going to look out for things to take notes on. So I try to read the word with a highlighter and pencil nearby, and my journal is always nearby typically. So that way, like, if something sparks, or like if something like sits in my heart strangely, or like if there's something I don't understand, I can refer back to it. Or if I do understand it and it really speaks to where I'm at in my life right now, like, I can highlight it and refer back to it. So I like to do it in a way that is expectant. So I like to read always expecting that God is going to use his word, because it is alive. And I think this helps me. So I'm thankful that God commands us to slow down. Yeah. If y'all have more questions about the Sabbath, want to know why I keep it, how I keep it, I'd be happy to answer those. I'm a firm believer that it's a commandment, and Jesus came not to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. And so a lot of people think like it's an Old Testament thing, but even in Hebrews, we're reminded to keep the Sabbath, and the times that Jesus broke it were in service of God. And so I'd be happy to have a dialogue about Sabbath, but I'm thankful for it today, especially in our hustle culture. So yeah. Happy Sabbath.